Good morning student. In our last video we are discussing our second unit sports and nutrition in which we have discussed about balanced diet. Balanced diet means the diet which contain all nutrients, that is carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals in a correct proportion. Balanced diet is divided into three parts: energy yielding food, body building food and defensive food. Energy yielding foods means uh, energy yielding foods are carbohydrate and fats. Bodybuilding foods is proteins. It's help in growth and development of our body. It's help to repair or replace the worn out tissue. And defensive foods, that is vitamins and minerals. It improve our immunity systems and protect our body from various deficiency disease, various disease like infection, germs, etc. Nutrients means the chemicals which is found in the food, that is carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins and minerals. Nutrients is divided into two parts: macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are carbohydrate, fats and proteins. Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals which are required in small quantity, but it is very essential for proper functioning of our body. Carbohydrate, it is energy yielding foods. It is the main source of energy, which should take 60 to 70% of carbohydrate in our diet. Carbohydrate, it is of two types: simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Proteins, it is also a macronutrients. Proteins helps in growth and development of our body. It helps to repair the worn out tissue. It helps to repair the damaged tissue, quick healing of the injury, etc. We should take 15 to 20% protein in our diet. Proteins is divided into two parts: essential proteins and non-essential proteins. Fat, it is also it is also provide the energy. We should take 5 to 10% of fat in our diet. Fat are stored in our body. It is difficult to digest, and it is fat are used as emergency source of energy. There are two types of fat: saturated fat and unsaturated fat. Next is minerals. Minerals, it is micronutrients which are required in small quantity. There are 13 essential vitamins, but the major vitamins are vitamin A, D, E, K, B and C. Vitamins, it is divided into two parts: fat soluble vitamin and water soluble vitamin. Fat soluble vitamins means those vitamins which are soluble in fat, that is vitamin A, D, E and K. Water soluble vitamins are those vitamins which are soluble in waters, that is vitamin B and C. Our next topic is minerals. Minerals, it is also a micronutrients which are required in small quantity, but it is very essential for proper growth and development of our body. Minerals, it is supplied in the form of salt by various food items, and some important minerals are like calcium, phosphorus, sodium, iodine, fluoride, chloride, zinc, potassium, copper, etc. Minerals, it is divided into two parts: macrominerals and microminerals. Macrominerals are those minerals which are required in large quantity, like calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, phosphorus, and microminerals. Microminerals are those minerals which are required in small quantity, that is iron, iodine, copper, zinc, fluoride, etc. Let's discuss one by one. First, calcium. Calcium, it is macro minerals. Calcium is required for bones and teeth formations, and the deficiency of calcium causes rickets, osteoporosis, retarded growth, less height, delay in recovery from bone injury, etc. And the source of calciums are milk, mainly milk product like milk, milk product, fruits, tomato, vegetables, etc. Potassium, it is a macro minerals. Potassium is required for nervous and muscular systems. Phosphorus, it is also a macro minerals. Phosphorus, it is a macro minerals. It is used to make the bones and teeth strong. Okay? Phosphorus helps in making the bones and teeth strong. And the source of phosphorus are milk, egg, meat, dry fruits, grains, etc. Sodium. Sodium, it is also a macro minerals. It's help for better neuromuscular response, and the deficiency of sodium cause cramp, tiredness, etc. And the source of sodium are salt, fruits, vegetables, etc. Iron. Iron, it is a micro minerals. Okay, it is a micro minerals, and it is required for formations of hemoglobin, and the deficiency of iron leads to anemia. Source of irons are green leafy vegetables, egg, meat, etc. Iodine. Iodine, it is micro minerals. Its deficiency causes goiters in which our thyroid gland swell. There is a swelling in our thyroid gland due to the deficiency of iodine. Therefore, breathless problems, etc. And the source are seafood. Fluoride. Fluoride, it keeps the teeth and nail healthy. And fluoride, it is also a micro minerals. It's help to keep the nails and teeth healthy. And the source of fluoride are onion, spinach, vegetables, etc. Chloride. Chloride, it is a macro minerals. It helps the body to fight against infections and proper functioning of skin. It found in milk, egg, meat, etc. Next is non-nutritive component of diet. Non-nutritive component of diet are those diet which does not provide you nutrients, that is waters, roughes, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, etc. All these are non-nutritive component of diet. First, waters. Our body consists about 70% of waters. An adult needs 2 to 3 liters of waters daily for his normal life, and in summers we need more waters due to sweating, etc. The persons who do heavy physical workout, they also needs more waters due to sweating, and the water which we drink, it should be safe, clean and hygienic. If the water is reduced, it causes serious health problems like if there is loss of waters, 1 to 5% loss of waters, it results in thirst. Loss of 5 to 10% of waters result in loss of strength and endurance. Loss of 10 to 15% of waters result in dehydrations, lethargy, body acne, pain, etc. And if there is 15 to 20% loss of waters in our body is caused blurred vision, memory loss, faint, etc. And if it is more than 20% of waters is lost, then it results in death. And the importance of waters are, it helps to regulate the body temperatures. Waters helps to maintain and regulate the body temperatures by sweating. Transportations of nutrients. Waters also help in transporting the important nutrients through blood, like water soluble vitamins, which carry the important nutrients throughout our body. Maintains body fluid. Waters have to maintain body fluid in the body. It helps in digestions, absorption, circulations, creations of saliva, etc. Eliminate body toxin. Waters also helps to eliminate the toxin and waste product from our body through excretions of urine and sweating. Lubrications of joint. Waters also helps in making the joint flexible. Lubrications help improve our flexibility, improve our joint mobility, etc. Improve skin quality. If we take sufficient waters, it's help to make the quality, improve our skin quality. Boost the performance. If we take kidney function, if we take waters, then it helps, it's improve the functioning of our kidney. Maintain electrolyte balance, boost our physical performance, and it helps to improve our digestions. Waters helps to improve digestions and absorptions. Moreover, it's prevent constipation. These are the some importance of waters. Therefore, waters is very important. Okay, 70% in our body, there is 70% of waters. Roughest, or we can say fibers. Roughest, it is also known as fibers. Roughest, it is an indigestible portion of food which cannot be digested, but it's help in digestions. Roughest, it comes from plant-based fruit that our body cannot digest. It help in digestions. Prevent constipations, helps to manage cholesterol levels, etc. And the source of roughest are green leafy vegetables, seeds, grain, nuts, etc. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners, it is non-nutritive component of diet. Artificial sweeteners, these are low or no calorie and provide the sweet taste. It is usually used by those persons who have diabetes problem as for a sweet taste. Preservative. Preservative is used to to store the food for a long time. Many times packing of foodstuff for a long time is required, adding preservative so that food can be stored for a long times. Good quality preservatives should be used. These are the some non-nutritive component of diet which is very essential for proper functioning of our body. Okay, so here we have discussed about nutritive component of diet and non-nutritive component of diet. Nutritive component of diet means those diet which provide you nutrients, that is carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Non-nutritive component of diet means those diet which does not provide you nutrients, that is waters, roughest, artificial sweeteners, preservative, etc. Next is Eating for weight controls, which help to prevent obesity. Stable weight depend on balance between the energy you take from the food and the energy you use. When there is a balance between the energy you get from the food and the energy you use, then it's hard to maintain the body. When the persons burn more calories, if he burn more calories than they consume, then it leads to lose weight. And if a person take more calories if the persons when a person consume more calories than the energy they use, okay, they consume more calories and the energy they use less energy, then the body store extra calories, which leads to fat. The persons become overweight. And when the persons burn more calories than they consume, it leads to reduced body weight. Therefore, for a stable weight, the person should maintain a balance between the energy you get from the food and the energy you use. BMI, body mass index, helps us to know whether we are underweight, normal weight or overweight. With the help of BMI, we can find out whether we are underweight, normal weight or overweight, and according to that we can take a diet and do workout to gain or reduce the weight. And BMI is calculated by taking person's weight and height. BMI is weight upon height into height. Weight is taken in kg or gram, and height it is taken in meter or centimeters. Okay, BMI is equal to weight. BMI is weight upon height square. Weight in kg, height in meter square. BMI, the body mass index range. If the person BMI is less than 20, it means he is underweight. If the person's BMI is less than 20, he is underweight. If his BMI is 20 to 25, it means he is okay. If his BMI is less than 20, he is underweight. 20 to 25, he is healthy. 26 to 30, the person is overweight. And if his BMI is more than 30, it means he is obese. And for female, if his BMI is less than 19, she is underweight. 19 to 24, healthy range. 25 to 30, it means she is overweight. And if BMI is more than 30, it means she is obese. Next is tips how to control body weight. Tips to control body weight. First is take a proper balanced diet. If a person take a proper balanced diet with less amount of carbohydrate and fat, it's help to maintain the body weight. Eating lot of fibrous foods. The person should take lot of fibrous food because it helps in digestion. Fibrous food like fruit, salad, vegetables, etc. These are the rich source of fibers, and fibers help in digestion. And it also provide it also satisfy the hunger. Avoid fat. The person should avoid fried food items. He should avoid ghee, butter, oil, animal fat, etc. And for the sake of this, only the refined oil or mustard oil, that is unsaturated fat, should be taken. Physical activity. The person should do a regular physical activity. Avoid okay, the person, if he want to lose weight, he should do a physical workout. Avoid junk food like cold drink, pastry, Coca-Cola, etc. It should be avoided by a person to remain healthy. Drink sufficient waters. The person should drink a sufficient waters. It reduces the stress over the kidney and stomach and also help in cleaning the body waste. It helps in cleaning the body waste. Avoid spicy food. The person should avoid the spicy foods. It causes many health problems like disease, illness, disorders, etc. Do a regular medical checkup. At least after every 6 months, the person should do a medical checkup. Avoid pitfall. The person should avoid pitfall of dieting. You should avoid doing dieting. Stop emotional eating. Sometimes the persons start eating due to emotion. Stop eating emotional eating. Avoid drinking. The person should avoid drinking alcohol, smoking, chewing tobacco, etc. Meal in small sips. The diet should be taken in small sips rather than taking a heavy meal. Follow the hygienic habits. Do not fast. Sometimes the people, to reduce the body weight, they start doing fasting, which leads to serious health problems. Therefore, stop doing fasting and never try slimming pills like using medicine, etc. It is very poisonous to the body. Only take according to the doctor advice. These are the some tips to control the body weight. Next is pitfall of dieting. What are the pitfall of dieting? Pitfall of dieting means disadvantage of dieting. Usually the person who is overweight, they want to reduce the weight. Therefore, they start doing dieting. They don't know the disadvantage of dieting. Therefore, they skip their meals to reduce the weight. Sometimes they use sleeping pills, that is medicine, to reduce the weight, which cause serious health problem. Let's discuss some pitfall of dieting like extreme reductions of calories. Person, to reduce the weight, they start reducing the calories, which cause low level of energy, because calories is also required. It's provide energy, and to reduce the weight, the persons reduce the calories. Thus, the person feel body pain, tiredness, lethargic, etc. Skipping meal. People, to reduce the body weight, they start skipping the meals, whereas in the next meal they take large amount of food. Therefore, don't skip meal. Okay, if they skip meals, in the next diet they will eat more. Next is low energy diet. The persons start taking low energy diet. They reduce carbohydrate, fat, etc., which affect their health, because carbohydrate and fats is also required for proper balanced diet. Not perform physical activity. Persons do not do any physical workout. They only reduce their diet, which affect their health. Therefore, if they want to reduce the weight, start doing physical activity. Taking less liquid. People think that if they take liquid items, if they drink waters, liquid items, etc., they gain weight, which is wrong. Our body contains 70% of waters. Therefore, drink sufficient waters. Starving. Starving causes serious health problems and it is very dangerous. Therefore, the person avoid doing starving. Risks of obesity. Many people believe that if they eat good diet, they will gain weight. Therefore, they become obese. Stress. Many times people due to overweight, they start taking stress, thus go for pitfall. Okay, so if you are overweight, don't feel any stress. Do a physical workout, take proper balanced diet. Slimming pills. People think that if they are slim, they will look good and attractive, thus go for pitfall of dieting. Slimming pills. To reduce the weight, the persons consume medicine without doctor consultations, which may be very harmful for their health. So these are the some pitfall of dieting. Okay, first is extreme reductions of calories. To reduce the weight, they reduce the calories, they skip their meals, they start eating low calories food, low energy diet, less carbohydrate, less fat, less liquid items, etc., which is very harmful for their health. Therefore, stop doing pitfall of dieting. Food intolerance. Food intolerance is that when a person has difficulty in digesting a particular food. Okay, food intolerance means when a person faces difficulty in digesting a particular food, it is due to the deficiency of enzyme. Food intolerance occurs when a person eat more food. Therefore, the persons face difficulty in digesting a food due to the deficiency of enzyme to break that food items. Okay, and food intolerance is persons sometimes confuse between food intolerance and food allergy. Okay, food allergy and food intolerance. Food allergy, it is related to your immunity system, and food intolerance means it is problem in digestion. The person is not able to digest the particular food item due to deficiency of enzyme. And the symptoms of food intolerance are vomiting, pain in joint, headache, rashes on skin, etc. Management technique. The person should consult the doctors and follow the instruction given by the doctor or dietitian. This is about the food intolerance. Okay. Next is dieting myth. Dieting myth, that is misconception about the food. Unscientific thought about the food, like low fat or no fat diet is good for you. This is misconception that low fat or no fat diet is good for you, because fat is also important for proper development of our body. If we cut fat, body needs fat for providing the energy, repairing tissue, transportations of vitamins like fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, K, etc. in the body. So this is a misconception that low fat diet is good for health. Crash dieting or fasting make a person to lose weight. This is a misconception. This is a misconception that crash dieting or fasting make you lose weight. Fasting helps to lose weight only for the short time. Body gain lots of fat when they take and they take diet. So do exercise to reduce the weight. Don't do fasting. Okay, fasting, it reduce the weight only for the short time, because when you eat, you will eat more than you do fasting. Therefore do exercise. Food eaten late night is more fattening. This is also a misconception that food eaten late night is more fattening, because whether you eat morning or night, the content of fat is same. And the reason for overweight is that if you eat in morning, you will do physical workout and it get burned, but at night you don't do any physical workout, therefore it leads to fattening.